Ladies and gentlemen, you're tuned in to Dead Air. Back here now with episode 4 of our playthrough of StarDrive2 as the Polyp Symbiosis. We have just finally refueled our exploration ship, going to send up here to our new planet, and from there be able to do a lot of, Lord knows, this should be quite a bit of fun. Get to find out what in the world's going on around us. We still have, well, let's see, he already got done with it. Okay, so this is costing us 2 BC per turn in order to keep the station going. The sensor range is only 1. But the thing is here at this, if you don't know how this works, this is basically guarding this wormhole. I don't have anything else to do with my construction ship at this time. It's going to eventually, I'm going to bring it down here, hopefully have a situation where I'll bring it to this crystal field and be able to take advantage of that. But I'm going to need something a lot closer, because right now my home system is as close to it as anything I have, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jumps away. That station would not be worth it to build anything here to me. It would simply be too far away. We need, I do recall we have, I just did remember now, I think we have an enemy, or we have a neutral fleet. We have like some pirates or something down here that we would need to eliminate in order to get to this planet, which, again, good planet, has the haunted feature to it, which we'll be able to fix that. We'll have the research points and so on to be able to take care of that by the time we get things together to get there. But our rail rifles are 14 turns away from being researched. What have we got? Okay, building our Explorer 2, that's going to have greater range than our original ship. And it should have, wait just a second. I do want to check on something. Okay, yes, here it is, the sensor array. Now this is kind of what makes the scout ship. This increases the sensor range to be able to read what's in other sectors, other neighboring sectors. I just want to make certain that I did have that on that ship and that it wasn't just a fuel ship, basically. And also fleets. One reason for another thing that was here that you may have noticed in the shipyard, tanker. All right, this is basically the Explorer without the sensor array. That's what it should have been. Whenever you have a fleet, when you have multiple ships in a fleet, fuel is communal property. So you could have ships that carry very little fuel because they want them packed with weapons and so on, and you can have other ships going with them that basically carry the fuel to move the fleet the distance it needs to cover. But let's see. Oh, did I say I wanted this thing to? I want my construction ship. Because it's not an Explorer, but okay, that's what I wanted to see. And they have. That is Optera's Hive. That's the ones that were there. That's the one guys that I've already found. I knew they would secure that. Security breach detected. Polyp ships in secure zone subject to immediate termination. It's just, you're withdrawing. They're letting you know that it could be, if you remain there, you're going to be, you're going to engage their station, and especially a construction ship doesn't even have any combat capability. I don't know why it says that. But we'll keep our construction ship in the general area here. It's reasonably safe here because this is the same kind of station that we have around our home planet. So at this time, our home planet and this system right here are the two most secure areas we have. Okay, here's a different hero. Le Tigre, the Enforcer, is a warrior. What is it? Okay. He participates in ground combat. Labor leader, 10% to that, 10% research, 10% farming. Work, you pathetic slugs. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Okay, the Tracker the Enforcer offers to join you for a payment of 200 BC now and 2 BC per turn thereafter. I do know he's, when you have these heroes like this and they have the ability to fight in ground combat, they're generally pretty strong. One of the things you're paying for, because you do run into missions in this game where you're going to have to carry out manual ground combat, they can be helpful. He's not one that, I don't know, you really kind of have to know him because it doesn't show you their characteristics at this time. But he's a farming leader as well. Well, our farming is going on in our home system where we have, where we have a 30 for our research. This is only 10. He just doesn't match up with where we're at right now. We get quite a few different heroes that should be approaching us, so let's not, you don't have to, it's not a life and death situation to end up turning down a hero. Okay, your trade treaty with Opterus Hive has expired. Your relations have improved. So, let's see. Let's go up here to our diplomacy and politics. Opterus Hive. Notice they are ruthless imperialists. There's cowardly. So they are susceptible to threats. Well, I'm not in a position to threaten them. They do other things. Look at your military capability, by the way. So I don't have any military ships. I have no ability to threaten anyone. If I try to threaten anyone, they're going to know it's a hollow threat. Do you have any technologies I'm looking for here? At Imperial University, +3 per scientist. That's different from what I've got. Now this goes beyond my tolerance. Right now, I can't give them. Notice my tolerance is already filled up. Basically, we've already had dealings with them. There's only so much my people are going to allow me. There's only so close we're allowed to get. I can't even do small trade routes. So we're going to have to wait and let tolerance drop. We'll let tolerance increase, I guess you would say, but let our use of our tolerance subside before we're able to really do anything there. Okay, we're all fueled up to 100%. This right here, because we have an ion storm in the way, we really are... Oh, did we already get it built? I guess I missed the notification. Okay, this is our Explorer 2. This one has 820 fuel, where this one has 560. So that just means this is a ship that's a little larger, has more room for the fuel and so on. We'll send it up here. And we'll let it go around this ion field and come and take care of all this. I want to see more toward, this is a lot of density here. I mean, by the time I make it to this hex, we're going to be exposing quite a bit. And why it wants to travel in such funny, it does that a lot of times. But we have to see. There could be trouble. I've already explored this one, but I don't remember. There could have, if I don't remember correctly. This one, I know we have some of the Crusher. I don't think there's anything. Manifest Destiny. Our people have of late been feeling a strong sense of manifest destiny. The feeling that the stars are ours for the taking, and that indeed the future of our species depends upon securing a stellar empire that spans far and wide. To that end, a cadre of wealthy investors have offered to pay 500 billion credits into our imperial treasury if we can expand our territorial holdings into a minimum of 3 different solar systems. If we can do this within 25 turns, then the payout is ours. Okay, that seems like a nice one. Well, we're going to need a colony ship for that, that's certain. We're in 2 systems. See, by the way, because both of these are in the same system, this is just only counts, even our home world and our planet only count as one. We have this up here for a second. We have 9 construction going on here, 11 here with the extra. So, and we're not building anything. Well, soil enrichment could be a thing. Let's go get a colony ship. We have 25 turns. The colony ship, it says, will take 23 turns to build. But we're able to rush construction. We're going to let it get built partially, and when I have to, the more it gets built on its own, the more of the points out of this 250 points, the more of those points that are taken. If we get 100 points, then there's only 150. It's a lot cheaper to buy it off, and then you can spend it in the next turn. It'll be completed. But you simply just you fully just buy off the construction. But let's see. And the soil enrichment doesn't cost us anything, and it'll increase our food. Let's go ahead and put that in here in the queue. Now, soil enrichment only works on planets that do grow food. Therefore, this planet up here, not an option. Soil enrichment doesn't even show up. These things are the infantry base. This allows you to create combat units. You want to be sure that you do this on planets that have a reasonable population, because you cannot exceed, I do believe the number of soldiers you get for it do not exceed your population. It's up to a maximum of 6, so you really kind of want a population of 6 planet in order to put that there. Well, we've run into the humans, the Federation. On behalf of the people of Earth, we greet you in peace. I am Pipe Smoke, High Admiral of the Terran Fleet. Well, we've just met them, so again, basically, we're not on. Let's see, we can see what oh, they don't have any technologies that we don't have. That is funny, because they are, okay, they're technologists, but other than that, they are, if you'll notice this, okay, that's their personalities, basically, this non-random personality: greedy, hoarders, technologists, hard negotiators. But their racial attributes, smart is among them. That gives them bonus research. So the Federation frequently has high levels of technology. But look here, all this area with all these planets that I was wanting to check out, all in United Federation space. So there goes that. We might as well, let's see. This is going to have more range. I don't know, wanting to be able to get back here, it doesn't take a lot of range to get back here. What the hell? I'm just going to use this here. This is probably going to be better off coming to here as well. Oh, wrong ship. And be able to just squeeze through here and do some exploring. But we have now, we have a neighbor that's kind of in our face here. Something to be far more concerned about. Building up a combat fleet of some kind. We're needing it for other reasons anyway. By the way, here's the command point summary. Starting command points 5, but the more star bases we have, the more command points we get and so on. You'll notice here near the bottom of those lists is free corvettes and free frigates. Based on other things, we have a certain number of those ships we can get, and they don't take up any command points. Non-combat ships, that would be my construction ship. That's one reason you don't want a fleet of those. But the larger ships do take up command points. And larger ships win the battles, largely. But the smaller ships can help be a deterrent. They're not that good of a force to work with. Let's see, what do we have in our shipyard? We can build now we can look at the characteristics down here. Here's the build points it's going to take, the construction points, construction cost, whatever, production cost. Jesus, I finally get to it. You can see the characteristics, the speed, so on. When you're designing a ship, you have to meet certain criteria. You can't just design a ship just any way you want. Dragonfly, Chrysalis. Whenever you see like the Mark II and so on, these are some that I've probably put it on there at some point. Ammo drain second steam. Okay, there's no ammo. Chrysalis Mark II, AB2. Well, we're not in a position to be designing ships right now because, again, we haven't increased any of our technology to be able. What do we got going on here? Well, let's go ahead and put something like this here. Oh, wait. How about a dragonfly? It won't let us build a dragonfly. What? Oh, I bet. Oh. Okay, we're going to have to build it here. Because I don't think we can build it because at that other planet because we don't have the space station yet. I think that's the reason why. So our home world is the only world where we can build any military ships. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a long, long time. Yes, a Rocket Man reference in a sci-fi game. How about that? But if we were to look at it, let's see. 33 turns to build one of those. Again, we have other ships that we could build that would be much quicker. These little how can we build the little, can we build like the corvettes? Can we build the smaller ships? Yeah. We'll order some of these smaller ships and let them go. We can build the little corvettes and frigates, but we can't build the larger ships. Okay. Well, we're beyond 20 minutes in here, so okay, there are rail rifles. Okay, down. This is the last that we have. If we're wanting to use fighters, this is what this symbol is for. Ion beams are weapons that we can use otherwise, but they can also be used in fighters. So if you go with like the fighter bay, I don't really like using fighters that much. They are powerful if you go that route. To believe they're popular, but the solar armor, it can help out at times. It's lighter than regular armor, but it's a way of putting armor on your ship, which until you have shields, armor is all you can really use. But it's a way of putting armor on your ship that actually generates some level of power. So as far as meeting your power requirements go, it can be a lifesaver. Let's see, this one, I'm going to want to touch down here just to be able to expose that hex. You can see a slightly different shade of where I have, and of course if you click on it, it does say right here explored, whereas this says unexplored. So you do want, it's good to go ahead and cover everything and make sure you see everything. You don't want to leave a hex there that might have some real value to it that you have missed. That's going to be up here. What else have we got going on? 97 turns before we get another population up here. Population growth is going to be very slow, especially that acidic atmosphere, I think, really plays into that. Well, we're back to working on the star base. We've got 8 production output. That's not bad. I mean, we've got our automated rover bay. We have our research lab, so we're actually pumping out some research, even though we don't have any people working. We don't have any population working. Now, one thing about your population is you do want to, you want to actually look at where your planets are instead of somewhere else. But we're at max population right now. We have excess food of 1. If we pull this down to here, it's 0. Now, one thing that we're doing, by the way, at this time is we do have ships moving around transporting food. Let's see, from 8 to 13, that's 5 more points. But we can, because we're at max population, they're not multiplying anymore. Now this one, we're close to max population. But because we're not reproducing up here, we can move one of our population units up there. Well, back here to our Empire screen, I just moved this one at Polymer to here. We can move them up here. Now they're going to get transported up there. So that planet now is going to have, now you see the people symbol on the transport, letting you know that one of your population units is headed that way. But now we've got it down to 4, and we have population growth again. We had no population growth at all because we were at max population. Okay, and talking about exploring some of these things, here we go. Here's another random piece. let's see. What do they want to exchange? Trade routes. Let's see how hard of bargainers they are. Let's see about small for small. Nope. See, that runs our tolerance. They must have been checking it out. It's like it just falls inside of our tolerance to do this. You know what? And this is something I forgot to do whenever I was checking out the other. All right, let's see. We'll work a medium for a small, but give us some money too, because we're trading away something more valuable. Whenever I first did that trade deal with the Alterra's Hive, I didn't do this, and I should have. But right now, it's like, okay, you get the medium trade deal, I'll get the small, but you give me some money. Okay, let's do another quick. Look, we got more stuff. Okay, adrift. Here we go. I do believe this is going to yield us a free hero. Okay, our fleet has discovered a stasis pod adrift in deep space in Sector 6046. An experienced leader is inside, and they express their gratitude at being saved by offering to join you for free. Who is it? It's this guy. Now, farming leader, wellness leader. Now, wellness is really going to have it has population growth and so on, but it's a farmer. But notice I don't really have anywhere to use him because anyway, I'll have to find a place for him later. He's kind of useless to me. However, he's going to join for free. I don't pay him anything, and he's 0 per turn. So unless you just have all the heroes you can stand, which you can only have so many on hand, you're certainly going to hire a free hero. I mean, technically, I could move him up to here, and he would increase the population growth on this colony. But I think it's kind of ridiculous. I don't know where he's at right now, but I would imagine he's down here. But if we come down here, if we start making our way this way, I think we've got, what do we have? There was no enemy here, was there? But we have 2 food-producing planets here. This, by the way, we have that mission to colonize within 25 turns, right? So if we jump down to here and we take one of these planets, this one has a population of 6 and it has the protofill cache. I would take this one. Now this would be a good system for that, because we could have them actually, and we could populate this planet as well, and we could be doing a bunch of farming here on both of these planets. He would be giving us a bonus that would end up making our farming even more profitable. All right. That being said, that'll be for next time. This has been episode 4 of StarDrive2, played through as the Polyp Symbiosis. Again, this is Dead Air. Give me a like and leave a comment if you will, and do subscribe. All right, and goodbye. I'll see you in episode 5.